Hello, good morning. Very winter morning, and the time is 7 a.m. morning. I'm going to talk about India Independence Act 1947. This act generally gives us the idea of freedom in India first, and second, we also see the drawing of boundary between India and Pakistan. So you will know about the two concepts. First concept is India get the freedom, and second concept division of India, partitions of India in between the two boundaries. So let's we talk about first of all what exactly the government of India Act in 1947. Actually, that is not Government of India Act. It is a British Government Act that came to India in 1947. And let's we talk about what was exactly the drawn about it. On February 20, 1947, the British Prime Ministers at that time, Clement Attlee, declared that the British rule in India would end by June 30, 1948, after which the power would be transferred to the responsible Indian hand. So this announcement was followed by the certain protest by the Muslim League, that was the parallel league, like Congress Party and Muslim League, both were parallels making demand for the separate nations. So demanding a partitions of the country. And again on the 3rd June 1947, the British government made it clear that any constitution framed by the Constituent Assembly of India formed in 1947, no, formed in 1946, cannot apply to those part of the country which were unwilling to accept it. So on the same day, 3rd June 1947, Lord Mountbatten, who was the last Governor Generals in India, the Viceroy of India, put forth the partitions plan and known as the Mountbatten Plan. The plan was accepted by the Congress and the Muslim League. So immediate effect was given to the plan by enactment of Indian Independence Act 1947. So we talk about the last Viceroy plan and what was the feature of the act. It ended the British rule in India and declared that India as an independent and sovereign state from August 5, 1947. It provided for the partition of India and creation of two independent dominations of India and Pakistan with the right to secede from British Commonwealth. Third, it abolished the office of Viceroy and provided its dominations by the British King on the advice of the Dominion Cabinet. Fourth, it empowered the Constituent Assembly of the two dominations to frame and adopt their separate and individual constitutions. Fifth, it empowered the Constituent Assembly of both dominations to legalize their respective rule, regulations, and make the country free according to their term and conditions. Sixth, it abolished the office of the Secretary of State for India and transferred his function to the Secretary of State for Commonwealth Affairs. Seventh, it proclaimed the lapse of British paramountcy over the Indian princely estate and treaty relations with tribal area from August 15, 1947. It provided for the governance of each of the dominations and the provinces by the Government of India Act 1935. Till the new constitutions were framed, the dominations were, however, authorized to make the modification in that act. It also deprived the British monarch of his right to veto rules and ask for the reservations of certain bills for his approval. But this right was reserved for the government generals, and the governor generals would full power to accept any bill in the name of His Majesty. It designated the Governor General of India and the provincial governor as a constitutional head of the state and they were made to act on the advice of the respective councils of ministers in all the matters. Point number 12, it dropped the title of Emperor of India from the royal title of the King of England. It discontinued the appointment to civil services and reservation of post by the Secretary of State in India. And finally, 15 August 1947, India became a free nation. So at the stroke of midnight 1415, where the Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru ji gave the speech of freedoms like the midnight tyranny in the Constituent Assembly, and publicly it is declared that India are free nations. And finally, we know how the things which happened, and members who were the interim government that was formed. So the Jawaharlal Nehru ji was that time external affairs ministers and the Commonwealth relations ministers. Sardar Patel home ministers and information and broadcasting. Rajendra Prasad food and agriculture. Dr. John Mathe industry and supply. Babu Jagjivan Ram, who were the labor ministers that time. Sardar Baldev Singh, the defense minister. C.H. Bhava, work, mine and power ministers. Liaquat Ali Khan, finance minister. Abdur Rab Nistar, post and air minister. Asaf Ali, railway and transport minister. Chakravarti Rajgopalachari, C. Rajgopalachari, education and art ministers. Chundrigar, commerce minister, and Gajnafar Ali Khan, health minister, and Joginder Nath Mandal was a law minister. So these people were part of the interim government. And first cabinet of Free India, 1947, we see the Jawaharlal Nehru Prime Minister, Sardar Patel Home Minister, Rajendra Prasad Food Agriculture. So same people were, but some bit of change, like B.R. Ambedkar were as a law ministers, and some new face like Rafi Ahmad Kidway was communication ministers. B.N. Gadgil also work at mine and power ministers. So this type of the basic changes just supposed to be happen. Now in the next video, we are going to talk about the process of constitutions making, how the constitution is supposed to make. So especially let's we talk about the constitutions making, and in the daily basis we will give us the some basic law information that will be helpful to the students to prepare the UPSC exams. Thank you.